Hello, my name is Joe Miller, the author of Advanced Deer Hunting, and today we're going to talk about grunting and rattling in a buck. Now, you've seen a lot of videos about this, and they're all really good. you know, there's nothing more exciting than grunting and rattling a buck. Well, I guess than shooting it. So, let's talk about this. You got pre-rut, rut, and post-rut. So, you got to runt and rattle differently in each one. Pre-rut, what are the deer doing? Think about this. Well, the does are not yet in estrus. They haven't come into heat yet. Okay, so the bucks are walking around and they're marking their territories. They're putting out rubs and you'll see them. They'll be slowly walking around. They're not really that interested yet in does. So what do you do to call them in? Well, use a grunt call. Because if you use a grunt call, the buck's going to think, hey, there's another buck invading my territory, and that's not right, and I'm going to go fight him. I'm going to go whoop him. So, to use a grunt call, you have your grunt call here. This is a really good one. I'll put this down and put this right here. My horns, my antlers, excuse me. And if you grunt, you can use the grunt call and go. And you notice how loud it was. It wasn't that loud. Bucks don't grunt loudly for the most part. They really don't. If you listen in the woods, what do you hear? The deer are mostly silent, okay? They don't make a lot of noise. So why should you as a hunter be making a lot of noise? You're not duck hunting. You're calling in ducks from above. Think about it. So you want to sparingly use your grunt call. When do I use it? Okay, I get in the stand, okay, around 5:30. First light's around 7. And that way the woods settle down, the deer are starting to move, and then I'll wait at least 30 minutes. And the feeders go off at 7, okay? And even though you have a feeder in front of you, it doesn't mean the buck's going to come to the feeder. The doe might, but not the bucks. They're going to be around the doe maybe. Or maybe they're just walking in the area like pre-rut. So you're looking, so around 7:30, that's when I'll do my 2 grunts. Again, I'll do this. And that's it. Then I'll wait an hour and repeat it. Okay, and so that'd be 8:30. And that's it for the morning hunt. And you're saying, oh no, I saw these hunting shows where the guy grunts and grunts and grunts and calls in the bucks, and here they come. Okay, if I'm blind grunting, and they call this blind grunting, where you don't see the bucks, that's all I do. 2 grunts at 7:30, 2 short grunts at 8:30, okay? Because the deer normally settle down by 9 o'clock. Okay, now that's the way it is down south. You go up north, it's different. So know the area where you're hunting, or in the Midwest, or the East Coast, or the West Coast. So know when the deer are moving and what times to grunt. Now, sometimes I won't use this to grunt. What do I use? I actually use my mouth. No kidding. It actually does work. I've grunted in bucks just by doing this. Yeah, did you hear that? That was it. Let me do it again. And there you go. That really does work. So, and maybe you want to vary it. Use your mouth first and this secondly. Who knows? Whatever works, works. So that's all I do as far as grunting in pre-rut. Now, in rut, during the rut, when the deer go into estrus, the bucks are after the does, they're running around, what do I use? I use the bleat call. Okay, I put this on doe or fawn, and I use it, and I go, bah, bah, real loudly, like that, drawn out. Okay, I'm not going to do it now, but with this, I got my hands full, but that's what I do. So, I'll wait an hour after first light. So around 8 o'clock, if the feeders go off at 7, it's shooting light now. So I'll wait till 8 o'clock and I'll do that. So again, bah, bah, like that. And that will cause the bucks to come. They're saying, whoa, there's a doe in heat. I'm going to go find her. Okay, it also attracts other does. Now, if you see a buck or doe during pre-rut or during rut, you see them out there. Let's say we're looking out there. Oh, there's one over there. Okay? And they're standing there. Go ahead and grunt. Just 2 short grunts. He'll look over here, or she will look over here, and then they start walking. And when they're walking, do not grunt, or do not do the doe call, like meh, meh. Don't do that while they're walking towards you. Once they stop, then do it again. A couple of short grunts. And wait until they come over and walk. So when they're walking, do not grunt, do not bleat. When they're standing there, that's the time to do it, because they're trying to figure out where the other buck is or where the other doe is. Post-rut. Now they've mated. Now we're talking probably December, January, wherever you live. It's in post-rut. They're hungry. You know, the deer have mated. They've been running around. They want food, replenish themselves. What do? Well, you don't bleat, and you don't grunt that much. Only 2 grunts in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. And that's it. And why you do that? Just to show the deer that, hey, there's a buck in the area, it's friendly, there are no hunters, you know, come on over. It's a safe place to be, okay? So you're not really calling them in during post-rut. You're just saying, hey, this area is good to go, it's deer friendly. So, that's what I say about grunting. It's worked for me very well. What's not worked for me very well is grunting a lot or doing different various calls that people do. It works for them, that's great. But for me, 2 short grunts, that's fine. And the doe bleat works, or the fawn bleat, that works very well during rut. Okay, let's talk about rattling. When do you rattle? You rattle in pre-rut primarily. That's number 1. Why? The bucks are fighting over their territory. They don't want another buck in their territory. They're marking with rubs on the trees. So when I rattle, again, I'll grunt around 7:30, and then I'll wait 15 minutes. I'll look around. If I don't see a buck, then I'll rattle. So I take my 2 antlers here. You can take a rattling bag, or you can take antlers you bought from the store. I use real antlers, you know, that we found in the woods, and I rattle softly. And that's it. Notice how long I rattled, about 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. Notice how loud it was. It wasn't that loud. You know, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just rattled softly, okay? So, once you rattle, again, 30 seconds, then that'd be 7:45. Again, I wait another hour. You know, I wait till 8:45. And then I rattle one more time, okay? And when I rattle one more time, it might be a little harder, you know? And a little harder doesn't mean a big clang, but and that's it. Then I'll wait about 1 minute, and I'll give 2 soft grunts. Okay, 2 soft grunts, and that's it, and I'll wait. When you see that buck running through the woods towards you, have your gun ready, or have your bow ready, because he's a-coming. All right, so be ready. So during rut, how often do I rattle? Not that much, not as much as pre-rut. Pre-rut I rattle more because again they're guarding their territory. But in the early phases of rut, because rut's 28 days, and the deer come in estrus at different times in those 28 days. So the ducks are chasing them for those 28 days. But the first week or 2 of rut is more intense. Again, the daylight hours have shifted a little bit, shortened a little bit. That causes the deer to go into estrus, and that's where your rut starts. So when that happens, rattle one time, not twice, but one time early in the morning. And again, I did a soft rattle. That's it. Okay, early in the morning. So again, the bucks are still in that mode of fighting, but they're after the does. They don't want another buck in their area chasing their does. And then post-rut. Post-rut, I've seen magazines, the internet, they all say rattle during post-rut. I really don't. If you want to rattle, I would say rattle late in the morning, maybe. If you, at the most, or early in the evening probably would be best during post-rut, and don't rattle so hard. And again, that would show the deer that there are bucks in the area, and they still like to fight a little bit. Okay, so, but again, if you rattle too much, or you use your grunt call too much, or doe bleat too much, they're going to know that. They're going to say, that is not a deer, that's a human out there. That's a predator. So don't overdo it when you use your calls and your rattling. Just do a little bit. And again, you want to blend into the woods. And once you hunt one area, then the next day or two, who knows, maybe you're hunting a weekend. And so Saturday morning you might hunt over there, and then Sunday morning after, say you go to church, but Sunday afternoon you hunt over that way. Well, when you do that, change your pattern up a little bit. So instead of 30 minutes, do it an hour, you know. And again, keep the deer off balance. Don't watch out for patterns. If you set a pattern, they're going to know it's you out in the woods. So again, my name is Joe Miller. I'm the author of Advanced Deer Hunting. And thank you, and have a safe and successful hunt. God bless, and good hunting.